Well, welcome back. Our next guest is about to put us all to shame with her amazing achievements. 17 books, a booming beauty business, mother, wife, and just a straight-up role model for so many.
Zoë Foster-Blake has spent more than a decade creating her own skincare brand, but just this week she returned to her roots, doing something we haven't seen in more than a decade. Zoë Foster-Blake joins us. Hello.
Hey.
Congrats on the new novel.
Thank you very much.
I love the title, Things Will Come Down Soon. We tell ourselves that.
Do you say that a lot?
Yeah, things will come down soon.
Yeah.
They never seem to. What's the book all about?
Well, it's very much the mindset of our protagonist. She is a hairstylist who has an idea and starts a brand, and then that brand goes well. So she then has staff and a team and has things like warehousing and inventory and forecasting. And then it gets to a point where she goes to sell the business. So for me, it's very much the founder journey, a very positive founder journey. But from my lived experience, this idea of having an idea, actually making that a thing, making it real, and then how do you sustain that idea? How do you keep it going? And how do you eventually understand if you want to sell it, which is what a lot of people set out to do. So I wanted to plant all the wisdom that I'd gleaned from my advisors and lawyers and people around me and put it into a book. And I think it could really help people if they were of that mindset, if they are in business.
Yeah, and so many people starting out now and totally lost with that concept as well.
So it's fiction, but not really.
Well, it is very much fiction, but I didn't want to write a business book because I can write fiction, so I thought, let's make it a story. I think people learn really well when it's a story. They don't realise they're learning. But if you're a founder or you've got a business and you wanted to learn some good stuff, like the basics, things that I've learned. You can learn a lot from it.
You've wrapped it all up in an entertaining story.
I hope so, yeah.
I love that.
You haven't written like this for about 10 years
No.
now. What made you want to come back to that?
I just was so distracted with children in the business. I didn't have the mental attention span to sit down and go deep.
Yeah, those kids really are really distracting, aren't they?
Big time. And I was busy in the business, but I woke up and after I sold half the business and then bought it back, I was like, this is a weird world I've been in. Like I was thrown into mergers and acquisitions and sitting around the table with all these private equity people not knowing anything to feeling actually quite competent at the end of it. And I wanted to say that like, you can feel like an insider and an outsider at the same time. You can do huge things and not really know how. How did you pull that off?
Great message.
Yeah, I hope so. I think a lot of people feel that way.
Well, how I mean, you say you don't know how you did it, but how do you think you do all that?
I honestly find good people who are good at the things that you're not. And from day one, you know, bring in people who can manage your staff if that's not your skill set, because I am a creative and I am a writer and I'm not necessarily someone who wants to sit in boardrooms and talk about shareholdings for a long time. But you have to be a grown-up. You have to respect the business and what that means, particularly if it's worth a lot of money and it means a lot to your customers and your staff. So I felt that responsibility and I didn't take it lightly.
GoTo 2024 marks 10 years of that. Are you surprised at the success of that? Because hearing you talk about, I didn't know about shareholders, I didn't know about infrastructure and warehousing and distribution.
No.
Are you surprised?
Yes, I am, but I'm a go along and learn as you go sort of person. So I don't want anyone to think, oh God, how did you know how to do all of that? There's no degree for it that I'm aware of. There's no Founders Institute. You just learn as you go. And each step you find people who help you, you pick up scraps, you talk to other founders, other business owners, and you just keep going, one foot in front of the other. A lot of it is gut instinct as well.
Yeah.
How does it feel to be back in the business? I know you sold half of it and then you bought it back a few years later.
Yeah.
A great business success story.
Yeah.
How does it feel to have that control back again?
So I felt, honestly, I didn't ever leave. I just felt very distracted with that deal stuff because it's very taxing mentally and it takes the team out of the business. So the relief mostly came from, okay, we can just get back to what we do best, which is focus on customer and product and the team. But yeah, certainly, I mean, we went from a very nimble little private company to being half owned by a publicly listed company, which was a big change, and now we're back to privately owned again. So it feels really
It's just
fun.
the dream of every startup,
Yeah.
small business. Earlier this year, you spoke about the dangers of tweens using unnecessary beauty products.
Yeah.
What do parents need to know if the young ones want to start getting into the product?
So simple. And it's okay for them to be excited by colourful things and lots of layers and so on, but really all a teen or a tween needs is SPF, a good cleanser and a moisturiser. And certainly stay away from anything anti-aging, any of the retinols. Even the acids can be helpful if they have very broken out skin, congestion, oil and shine. but that would only be a salicylic acid. I'm already seeing your eyes because these are skincare words, Larry. But
I'm more
keep
of
it
a
simple.
palm olive soap kind of
Oh
guy.
God, don't say that to me.
I'm more like leave the retinols to
Yeah, Mama gets the retinol. Yeah.
She really
Mummy
needs
does the
it.
retinol. Okay.
Yeah, we get that.
What's next on your list, though? Because I don't know, are you a list maker, and do you have things that you tick off, like write 17 books,
No.
create hugely successful, skincare line? Like, is there anything on your list that you would like to, or nothing that you're going to share with us?
Yeah, probably going to be that painful person. No, GoTo is in a very big growth stage, so we have a lot of other categories we're looking at, and we're going
So you're
to
still looking to grow into that?
Yeah. We really want to. We feel like we do really well at skin, but there are other areas we could play in, for example. So we're having a great time with GoTo, and I have another novel brewing that I'm excited about as well.
How's hubby?
He's fabulous.
You've got a house full of... Kylie and I have got a concept for a TV show. It's with Duplo. Do you know Duplo? Where people come in and build... I think it's going to be good.
I think so.
Can you please make them 4 years old? Or the
Yeah.
That'll be so cute.
So lovely to see you. Congratulations. Always got exciting stuff going on.
Thank you,
Yeah,
guys.
with all your success, things will calm down soon. That is the new book by Zoë Foster-Blake, and it is available now. I love it. It's a fiction, so it's a story, but it's got all these business lessons in there as well. Good stuff, Zoe.
Well done, Zoe. We'll see you soon.